People turn to astrology for a variety of reasons: matters of the heart, concerns about career, financial advice. I've traveled to New York City to meet an astrologer who specializes in health issues. Diane, do you foresee any serious health crisis in my future?
One thing is that you tend to be a little high-strung at times, which also shows up with other parts of your chart. You're under a period of tremendous stress right now, and you're also kind of getting a message. It's time to maybe reduce some of my health routines. You can look at the chart and you can look at the planets down the road and say, I see an improvement, in 6 months, or I see an improvement in a week. You don't really know till you look, but I always like to give somebody hope of when there is going to be a let-up of the stress they're under or the difficulties.
Can you tell me how long I'm going to live?
I don't think anybody can do that unless they really sit down and want to do it. I would never get into longevity in terms of looking at a chart. I get more into quality of life. But you have Mars in Aries. It's one of the factors in longevity. So it's very good.
The whole idea of the planets influencing my life is both fascinating and scary. It's not as if we can alter the effect of the planets if we want to. Or can we? Bob Marks was trained as a chemist, but became an astrologer in the 1960s. He's written a book about a crazy-sounding technique he developed to affect your horoscope. He believes you can change your fate by traveling to a specific location on your birthday.
Every year on your birthday, the sun comes back to the place where it was when you were born. All right, the sun isn't moving, it's the earth moving around the sun. So this is an apparent thing. But it's called the solar return chart. And if you make a horoscope for that exact moment, plus a minor correction, it will set the foundation for you for the next year, especially for the next 6 months.
So when my birthday comes around and I want to be at the right place at the right time so that good things will happen to me, where should I go?
I already looked at your horoscope. If you want to improve your career, you go to Cincinnati this year. Because the planet Jupiter would be right at the top of the chart. And Jupiter is the planet of good luck. And from there, it affects everything. It affects everything. You only have to be in Cincinnati for a minute. You don't have to go back there ever again.
Okay.
But for the next 6 months, Jupiter will be smiling on you.
Maybe if I go to Cincinnati, something really interesting will happen as a result of it. He's either having a really good chuckle about it, I'm sending the guy to Cincinnati. No reason, just sending him there. Or he really knows about these planets and the fact that something's going on there, that if my physical body is in the airport even in Cincinnati for 25 minutes and fly back home, that my life is going to be great. If there is this relationship between matter and spirit and something that's happening light years away with my own personal little life, that would be an extraordinary thing if that can be proven. Over the years, there have been many attempts to validate astrology, but most have failed to impress the scientific community. The most notable research was the Golan Study. Researchers Michel and Françoise Golan created a large database of people representing various career sectors. One of their discoveries was that successful athletes tend to be born when Mars, the planet of action and energy, is either rising or culminating in the sky.
Golan confirmed things that astrologers have been saying for centuries. Mars, in certain parts of the horoscope, gives you energy. Venus makes you charming and artistic. Jupiter makes you, well, literally jovial. And Golan found that in the horoscopes of athletes, sports champions, and professional soldiers, that you'd have a strong Mars.
The Golan research is fascinating, if not a bit dated. I needed to know if there's any current day attempts to validate astrology.